Hey, fuck you, I'm playing Diner Dash. Alright. Diner Dash. You know it. You love it. You probably don't. This is an old game, kind of. Alright. So Diner Dash. The whole point of the game is it's a strategy game. You run a restaurant and you feed people. There you go. What is this backstory? We don't care anything about this. Flo owns a restaurant because this is the second game. She's like, oh gosh, some evil big man wants to build a giant restaurant, but he wants to bulldoze these people. Who cares? And she comes in. She's like, you're not gonna break shit around here. And then, yeah, you start and you try to make money because if you don't, then he'll bulldoze everything. But who cares? Ding ding, order up. So yeah, Diner Dash. If you aren't familiar with it because you don't have as much experience playing really crappy PC games from like Best Buy and Office Depot like I do, it's a strategy game. Normally I don't play a lot of those. But for some reason, Diner Dash is just the one game that makes my brain go, yes, I enjoy. Let's see here. If you don't already know me, I'm Flo. This is the second game, because the first one has these weird audio glitches that I don't know how to fix, because it's just too old and nobody ever talks about it. The music will sometimes have instruments missing, and then on top of that, it will just randomly cut out. And it won't come back. I can't fix it. This game's so old. I've tried to look up solutions. This is a game that was designed for like Windows XP. It's trying to run it on modern Windows is a pain. But to the game itself, let's see here. If you don't know me, I'm Flo. I have 5 restaurants of my own. Now we're gonna help my friend Darla make blah 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 cafe. Only a couple tables. Let's go. This game is dummy easy. But yeah, it's a strategy game based around keeping people happy and trying to make enough money. And you can chain actions together, which is important, not as important as you might think it would be. Well, actually, it's actually pretty important in this one. The first game is more about being fast. This one is about chaining actions together to maximize your score, which I tried to do, but the game wouldn't let me. Oh, now it's going to teach me about it. Those are all the basics, blah blah blah, who cares? We'll save most of our earnings. Oh, this might be a one-off thing. I might do this again. I have no idea yet. I'm just doing this because I didn't have any speedrun video ideas. And the place looks nice. Nicer the cafe looks, more customers will get. Blah blah blah. This ain't a game where you care about story. It's a bit like trying to give a crap about the campaign of Pac-Man, you know what I mean? Come on, order already. There we go. If I was a smart boy, I would have made sure I could have my mouse somewhere a bit more stable than it is now, but oh well. If it causes issues, it causes issues, I don't care. Although I will say, if I do this again, I'm definitely gonna have to change how all my stuff's set up. Hopefully this does work. Hopefully this actually produces a video that's watchable. I mean, well, you'll know the answer to that. If you're watching this, then we've already got the answer. Yeah, initially I wanted to do a much more longer series about a point-and-click game. My main issue is it's easier for me to set up a one-time recording session than it is for me to do a big long series, just with the making sure I'm not going to get interrupted. That and the game I wanted to do, I've only played it once, and I'd like to get a little bit more experience in it because it's a very long and slow game. Which, I mean, since I don't have anything else to talk about, I might as well talk about it here. There's a point-and-click game, an old Japanese point-and-click game that I've been really big into recently called Garage Bad Dream Adventure. Just the one Garage, I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk. But, let's see, it's an old PC game made in 1999 by a surrealist artist named, come on, what was his name? I know his last name, I don't know his first name. Or vice versa. It gets hard to tell sometimes with Japanese names. Tomomi Yuki Sakuba. Yeah. So, funny thing is, I actually found out quite a few things about that game that weren't known, and actually got the creator of it to respond to me on Twitter once. And, oh, one thing you might notice is you have in this game you have two things. You have a gold amount of money you gotta make, and then an expert amount of money. I forget, you get something for doing expert. Oh, wait, I remember now. You see how I get 3 options for decor upgrades? If you make expert, then you get a third one. If you don't make expert, you only get the first 2. But as I was saying, the problem with Garage is it's very long, it's very weird and surreal, which I like it because of that, but the beginning of the game is very difficult to get through because you just get dropped in the world and it tells you absolutely nothing aside from the most minor hints of just go talk to everybody. Well, I should have waited until I had at least 3 tables before I seated any of them, but oh well, who cares. But yeah, I would if you were very interested in at least seeing Garage Bad Dream Adventure, hey, maybe you could leave a comment. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. But if you do want to check it out, I'd seriously recommend it. It's a very weird game, but it's a very good one. But if you ever end up... So yeah, Garage Bad Dream Adventure. A little bit more of info about it, just as a topic to talk about. Released in 1999 by Kinotrope, I think was the publisher, or the name of the publishing company. I don't remember. And doesn't make the biggest deal. But yeah, it's one of the most rare PC games ever made. Only about 3,500 copies of Garage Bad Dream Adventure were ever sold. So it was kind of like lost media for a very long time. But in 2014, some people scouted out a copy of it on Japanese auction site, released it to the world. And it got a fan translation like last year, which I've actually even contributed to a little bit just through finding some untranslated lines while playing through it. Oh yeah, that's right, I can only carry 2 things at once. It doesn't matter, I could literally have these tables leave, and I'd still make the expert score. The beginning of this game is baby easy. But seriously, I will continuously shill for Garage Bad Dream Adventure. It's such a weird, surreal game, and I love it. Although I will say, there's only 2 walkthroughs of it on the entire internet, and neither one will show up if you Google it, because one's in Japanese and the other's in Russian. Okay, ooh boy, now we're getting into some additional things. We got families now. Yeah, this game kind of throws a bunch of different types of customers at you. Expects you to just deal with it. Come on, give me another table. There we go. I hope this recording happens alright. This is my first time recording a PC game, not through my capture card. Yeah, this is Diner Dash is a game you'd probably initially play in a very hectic, fast-paced method, but it's actually way, way better to just play this game slowly. Oh no, a new table, and there's none available. And it probably won't leave. Probably. Like I said, the beginning of this game is stupid easy. And if you've played it enough like me, you can basically predict when people will be done. Oh yeah, another thing you might notice, you can actually chain together. If you match the color of clothes and hair of the person you're seating to the exact same as the previous person who was sitting there, you get bonus points. So keeping track on that is very important. So, how about that, how about them, hamburgers, right? Alright, I'm joking, I do have some things to talk about. I try to not have a lot of dead air, but I'm bad at this, and I'm alone. And I ain't exactly the most talkative dude. Those plants don't really match, but who cares? So in the world of speedrunning, I've been doing kind of okay. I've had most of my world records taken from me except for one. I do still have, I've maintained at least top 3 on a lot of my single level stuff. Recently I actually broke the 1 minute 10 second barrier on a level that's been on level 3 of Splatoon 2, which that's been giving me a long time. A hard time, I mean. eventually, I hope I can maybe come back and set some better times on some of the levels that I've done. Showcase a few levels that I haven't done before. Or at least not in the speedrun videos. It's mostly just that there are actually a lot of levels of the game that I haven't done yet. Like, I'd say most of the game's levels I haven't done speedruns of yet, and that's because a lot of them are really complex. And my primary concern is I'm lazy and don't want to sit there and have to learn a lot of really complicated mechanics for a level. But I'm not really going to have that option soon. Oh, I should not have given them that table. Oh well. If it comes back to bite me, it comes back to bite me. I make no guarantees that I won't sit here and continuously try to do each level to make sure I get an expert score, because that is how I actually play this game. Yeah, this game opens up and gets way easier when you have a podium you can sit there and you can talk to people in line so that they don't get angry as quickly. Oh no, even more people showed up. Yeah, like I said earlier though, I am not a big strategy game person. Because some of my other friends, you don't know any of them, not people who have also appeared on the channel, my other friends from other places, a lot of them are strategy game fans. And so they like those big, giant map games. I don't get it. I don't get how they do it. Oh no. Oh, who cares? I made expert. Doesn't matter. All these tables could literally leave. Doesn't matter to me. I've basically already won. Oh yeah, that's a mechanic. If the families get unhappy, the baby cries. And that will annoy everyone around them. I don't remember if this game also has the cell phone addicts who will also talk all the time. I think it does. But everything in its time. I'm not going to throw anything too complicated at you in the first one. I don't even know if they still make Diner Dash games. Anyway, this is some... Like I said earlier, this is some old school stuff. Which is partly why it's hard to get these games running on modern Windows, because they are literally mid-2000s PC shovelware. Which means that most people don't give a crap about them. And I think these games are programmed in like Flash, I think. Which I don't know if that means it's a bad idea to run them on modern Windows. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really do anything important on this computer. No, wait, hold on. I don't think they ran in Flash. They ran in like the predecessor to Flash. They ran in Shockwave. At least the first one did. Now that I think about it, I think my parents do still have their old Windows XP computer somewhere in the house. If I ever had a game giving me a ton of problems, I could always look into trying to get that thing up and running. Although, if I remember correctly, I think I've taken it apart once, and I would need more thermal paste for the CPU, because I took that out once. Or another option, I suppose, would just be trying to emulate a Windows XP machine. Which I have had to look into doing. Not for Windows XP, but for Windows 3.1. Because I've been really getting into a lot of obscure games, mostly graphic adventure, point-and-click games. And some of those, well, not some, a lot of those are Japanese. And create an issue. Namely, they are old Japanese Windows games that don't play nice with modern Windows, just because most old Windows stuff doesn't. And to add even more problems to that, they're in Japanese. And Japanese games don't particularly like English Windows because they don't have all the character sets that you need. Of course, I'm also working under the assumption that I would be able to, understand anything going on. But there is a program to help with that. It's called Z-Translate. Problem is, it mostly uses machine translation. So stuff like Google Translate. Which would be, oh, I got a coffee machine. I didn't even realize it. You can give that to people and it'll make them happy again. That becomes very important later on. But yeah, I'm operating under the assumption that Z-Translate would make these games even slightly understandable. Which, according to someone who's used it to play another Japanese game, kinda works, but not the most ideal thing in the world. It'll give you just enough info to get by. But that's it. But considering that a lot of these games that I saw and found on archive.org, very good website. If you're just into old PC games at all, archive.org is your best friend. That you can find pretty much any old Windows game on that. Any old Windows game, a lot of old Mac software. Find anything on there. Another good site is Macintosh Garden, but that's for Mac stuff, and you're gonna need a Mac emulator like Mini VMac 2 or what I use, Basilisk 2, to play a lot of old Mac stuff. New customer types, whoa. Oh hey, I got more tables. Now the real game begins. Come on, give me some more tables. I want at least 4 tables. Also, the amount of money you get paid per table does not change depending on how many people are there. It pretty much is always constant. Maybe the bigger table sizes might pay a little bit more, but like, there's no real difference between a table of 1 person and a table of 2. What the heck, I'm here. I think it's the way I tend to play this game is I think of each set of tables as like a block of tables, depending on who was seated near when. Like, that was block 1 that I just dealt with. These guys are block 2. Whoever is over here is going to be, whoever I seat over here is going to be block 3. Helps you keep from getting overwhelmed. To just recognize when to do what. I think I'll wait before I seat anyone else. Because I got the coffee machine, I can just make them happy again. take a chance. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna wait it out. Well, I got a full packed house. Come on. There we go. Oh no. Be quiet, don't get angry at me. It'll cost me money. I think later on it gets way more important to make sure people are happy, but at this early stage in the game, who cares? Okay, sometimes I would pay more attention to making sure I can get as much money as possible, which I'm kind of doing now. See, I'm purposely leaving a few tables dirty because it'll get me... I can then chain cleaning the tables and that'll get me more money. Let's see, I wonder, will I be able to use a coffee machine again before they finish eating? Yep. Aha, now they're all happy. Yeehaw.